Alright guys, here we go. We're going to talk about this Smith&Wesson Sd9Ve. The main topic of it today is the Apex trigger and spring kit put in this gun. I'll show you it's unloaded. I have a safety check before I started the video. So here we go. We put the spring kit in there. We just got the trigger in here this week. Went to the range, put 100 rounds through it. Works real sweet. Your take up is like as soon as you push that in, that's it. That's all the take up it's got before you start feeling a real nice smooth trigger pull and then the break. This trigger, where they want you to file back in here, I didn't have to do that. When I got this trigger, I put it in and it worked just fine. No filing. Look at that. Nice, smooth, short, and it's really short compared to what it was before. If you got one that don't have it, your trigger's like way out here at the end of my finger now, and then you got to pull it way back. You got to take all that slop out of that hinge trigger, and then you got that long trigger pull. This is way shorter than it was before. Right there. Nice. Let's go on the reset. The reset's shorter. For sure, that's shorter right there. Because the other trigger come way out here. You'd have to let your finger out to catch it. That's right there. Boom. Let's do a little scale test on it. See what the poundage is running. Just lined up on the trigger here. Hope everything's in line that you guys can see it. I don't know. I can't look at the camera and look at that at the same time. We'll try her here. See what she does. She broke right there at 4.5 pounds. Let's try it again. Set back up. Back on that trigger. Start pulling it again. And she broke just a little bit over this time, so that's like 4.5 and 2 ounces, I believe. One more time. The third time. Get her on there. Pull it back, pull back. And she broke right the same exact spot again. So we're going to call this 4.5 pound trigger in that area. Come out real sweet. Now, what I want to show you is when you go to take this stuff apart, and let's see, I want to make sure I get this in the camera view. You'll pop that pin out right here. You got to play with this slide release to get it to come out when you're using the pin to push it out, and then it'll get hung up on that spring. Then you can push that spring a little bit forward and it'll come out the rest of the way. Same way when you go put it back together. You have to get you a little screwdriver, start pushing your pin in from this side, from the right side, back to the left, and take your screwdriver and catch it on back of the spring, push it through, and then you can put this in last and push it in there and let it go ahead and catch on that. That's about the hardest thing you got to do when you're putting it back together. And then all of this here, your trigger bar and everything, this all needs to be polished when you do your spring kit. And right here where it sets against the frame, make sure you polish this side of that trigger bar. That'll make it ride real smooth against that when it's coming back like that. It'll make it ride real nice and smooth. And you'll see you get that nice smooth reset. Come back and hook in. If you do all that polishing, it'll come out just like that, real nice. You won't have no problems. And we got the 20-pound weed coil rod in there, and got the TFO sights on there. Showed you guys that before. Put the metal back plate on there at the American flag. Just a little preference for myself. And extended slide release. And we stippled the grip ourselves. Got that all done all the way around. Makes that grip really nice on there now. Get a nice grip on it if your hands are wet or not. But like I said, the main topic today is that spring kit and that trigger. To me, that's a must with this gun. You could leave the 8-pounder in there if that's the way you want it and that's the way you like it. That's fine too. But me, I like to get my shot placement on place when I pull that trigger. And this trigger makes the world of difference for that. Nice, clean, crisp break now. And that nice, smooth comeback on that. Now I've had on the car pistol before, and theirs is like, it's smooth coming back, but it's longer than this. This is a lot shorter than it used to be. And that's sweet. Okay guys, that's all I wanted to show you. It's about that trigger and that spring kit. If you want to upgrade your gun, that's the best upgrade you can do to it, is get them from Apex. And if you can't install them yourself, maybe you have a friend, or take it to a gunsmith and have it put in. But it's worth its money for this gun, for sure. No doubt in my mind, because I love it just the way it is. When I took it to the range, it was just dead on point with that trigger. It made a world of difference. This is the reason I did this gun. This is going to be my new house gun because of the capacity it holds. You know, 16 plus 1. That's 17 rounds. That makes this the perfect house gun, you know, with the spring kit and that trigger. Love it. Alright guys, don't want to bore you too much. You guys have a good one. Please subscribe and like, and we'll catch you on the next video.